The number one thing I've heard regarding me and my journey, my walk through widowhood, is that I'm the strongest person they know. They don't understand how I could be so strong. And to me, my answer is always, well, what else am I supposed to do? I can't curl up in the bed as much as I kind of feel like I want to sometimes. Not so much now, but a few years ago. But what is strength, right? So I'm I had to get up and I had things to do. Somebody got to pay the bills. Somebody got to feed the kids. They, they looking at me like, how are we supposed to survive? I'm looking to God like, how are we supposed to survive? And legit, it's like, okay, Lord, I need you to help me. I need you. How am I supposed to do this on my own? And He provided the way, as He always does, right? But the question is always, how are you so strong? Girl, you stronger than I could ever be. Girl, I'd still be laying out. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. You would get up and you would move and you would do all the things that you needed to do the same way I did. But in that thought process, when people ask that question, for me, now I kind of look and I think about it. Excuse me. I kind of think about it like, well, did you ever consider that maybe I'm it's gonna sound horrible, that I'm not that sad? Don't judge me. I was sad at his death, yes, because it was shocking. I did not expect him to die. I am sad that my children do not have their father. But here I am 4 years later. You just found out that that I was widowed a few years ago. It's been 4 years. I'm not that sad now, it's been I had to walk it out. It was a lot of prayer, a lot of tears, a lot of counsel. It was a lot of just dealing with myself. But I'm not that sad now. You know, I would prefer him to still be alive, yes, because I would like my children to have their father as they as they walk their life path. But I'm good, right? And it's kind of hard to say, because when people find out that I was widowed, they're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Thanks, but I'm good. And it's like, "Girl, how did you do it?" And I'm because I had to. I had to move forward. I had to keep going. But really, I did it it was by the grace of God, because I know there are widows who ended up homeless. I know there are widows who didn't have any money. We didn't have life insurance at the time, because we were going through financial struggles, and who knew that this would happen, but we stopped the life insurance payments. But it's a matter of whether or not it's not the question of how could I be so strong. It's that you take it one day at a time. The way I am now is not who I was 4 years ago. The way I am now took time. It took crying. It took yearning. It took prayer. It took other people's prayers. It took actually, and really what helped me a lot was the fact that it seemed like I was the first, even though I knew I wasn't. But after I went through it, after I experienced the loss of a husband, I met women months later who were going through the same thing. And so it kind of became a thing where they're looking at me as the example. Like, okay, well, how did you get to the place where you are now? What did you do? How did you function? Did you have help or anything like that? And, you know, I, you use what you have, you do what you got to do, and God makes a way. So, how could I be so strong? Well, I had to be strong. And it's not so much that I was strong, it was that I depended on God, and He was strong in my weakness, because I would have preferred to keep crying. I would prefer to not get up and go to work. I would prefer to, where's my knight in shining armor? I would prefer a whole lot of other things, but I am in this position. This is the path that he has me on. This is what he has me here to do. He left me here, so apparently I'm the one that's strong enough to handle it. So, okay, God, you left me here. Now, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? How am I supposed to do it? Because there's no way that he left me here to be the one to continue raising these children, to be the one to handle all the bills, to do all the things. If I'm the one that's supposed to be doing that, then I'm going to need you to give me some sort of strategy. I'm going to need you to tell me what you want me to do. I'm going to need you to tell me how to do, who to talk to, what am I supposed to be doing here? Because I didn't choose this path. This is where he put me. This is where he placed me. This is what he wanted me to do. So here I am, God. How am I supposed to do it? If this is what you got me doing, if this is where you've placed me now, how am I supposed to do it? So it's almost an arrogance that you come about. You're going to have to show me how to do it because I ain't asked for this. You put me here. And so, with great reverence, of course, but that's where that strength came from. That's how I got over, because I didn't choose this. This is not what I did not choose this. So the one who put me here is the one who gets me through. The one who put me here is the one who gives me the strength to continue forward. And all I can really tell you is that you have to give it to God, because he is the one who decided this path for you. He knew it was coming for you. He knew that you would be able to handle it. So go ahead and handle it the best way you can. It's not going to look like my path. It's not going to look like her path, his path, or anyone else's walk. It's going to look like what's best for you in your situation, because God knows everything about you. He knows everything that you're going through. He knows every single thing that you will need. And he cares about you, and he cares about every single thing about that you care about. So give it to him. Give it to him. I had a video before that says surrender your grief. Give it to him. Give it back to him, because he put you there. So, okay, this is all right, God. Let's go then, because show out then, because you put me here. So what we getting ready to do? How we going to work this out? Because I didn't ask for this. This is not the prayer that I had. This is not it. This is not it. So lean on God. Depend on God. Trust God with your journey, with the walk, with the pain, with the heartache, with the surrender, so that you can come out on the other side and realize that you got strength that you've never even imagined. You're going to surprise yourself. So just keep going. Depend on God. Give it all back to him. Give it all back to him. He already knows how you feel anyway. So just remind him anyway of how you feel. Let him know that you hurt. Let him know that you're angry. Let him know that you're scared. He didn't give you a spirit of fear, but you can let him know that you are feeling that. And I bet you any amount of, I ain't going to bet you because I don't gamble, but I can guarantee you, I promise you, that if you give it to him, if you take it to him, if you cast your cares upon him, that he will give you a resolve. He will give you a peace that is beyond understanding. That is where your strength comes from. The power that is within you, he is the one that gives you the strength to go forward. He is the one that provides you with the energy to get up every day. He is the one, the resource, the source of all things that's needed for you to be successful in your widowed walk. Trust God. Give it to him. Give it to him and watch him do a wonderful thing in your life. I know he can, because he did it for me. So if you ever want to know, how am I so strong? How did I move forward? How did I move on? God. He loves you. So let him love you.